What's going on, Willie? Hey, partner. And good morning to you. Hope you're having the best day ever today. We got a plate full today. We got to do some things around here in preparedness of the big day starting tomorrow. Got a big day happening tomorrow with the horses and what's going on with the horses. Some of y'all may have already seen a sneak peek of this over the past several months. And let me explain what's going on with these guys and get you guys caught up to date, because I'm pretty stoked about it, honestly.
Star! Well, today at the cows' breakfast, you can see there's only 3 here. But that's not because there's anything wrong with the big man, which this is great news. Usually when he doesn't come, I have to look because we got good grass. I mean, you can see the pasture. We haven't had any rain in a long time, but the pastures are still looking really good, and I kind of don't blame him. The humidity's lower today, and he did not come for grain. Now, I did call him, and he lifted his head up, and he's walking around eating grass, but he said, "Not today, Mama. I am going to stay way out there in the back of the pasture and then just enjoy this. While it's not cooler temperatures, it feels cooler this morning." So here recently, I took Pocket's hair down, brushed it out like I just did this morning, and I wanted to do an experiment by brushing it back into her mane and seeing how long it would stay. Well, it didn't stay for very long. It stayed about half the day. But somebody suggested that I braid her forelock and then put it in the bun that we've been doing. So this morning, that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to see if that will help hold it a little bit longer. Well, that had a tendency to backfire on me. Got my rubber band, got it separated into 3 pieces. And she said, "Not today. You're not going to braid it today." So I think back to the bun it is. Well, today's hairdo is probably the worst that we've ever done. But for some reason, she doesn't want to stand still. So we got like a twisted up, I don't know what you want to call it. Look here, girl. What do we call this? A twisted up? I don't know. Looks good on you, though. It really does. Appreciate you cooperating. All right, Peaches, do not make fun of Pocket. Whatever you do, don't do it. Just tell her she looks beautiful. Carry on, okay? You think Star's finished? It looks like she might be. Let's go check it out. See if she ate all of her breakfast this morning. Well, I'd say that's about as good as she could do. And that's all we can ask for. Star is looking much, much better. Now, I've got the supplement on her. It's called MTG. It's meant to help to regrow hair on some of those spots that she came in with. That's what that darker is. It kind of looks like sweat, but it's not. It's actually like an oil that has some ingredients in it. It smells like bacon. A lot of you have suggested that we use bacon grease because that's some an old-timer remedy was to use bacon grease, and this seems to be working really well. I really see an improvement in her already. You can't see her ribs like you could, and her coat looks better all the way around, just looking good.
Oh, do we have a surprise for the horses? Starting tomorrow. I guess a surprise for you as well. Some have been asking, Jason, how is your 1 mile a day hike coming? Are you still doing it, or have you thrown in the towel? Well, let me just tell you, I actually just finished day 30. Today was day 30. So I've gone 30 days in a row. What do I do with my clip? There it is. 30 days in a row of hiking at least 1 mile a day. 30 days in a row. And let me tell you, they claim that, and I saw numbers as low as 13 or 14 and on up there to around 30 to 31 days. But they claim that if you do something for X amount of days, it becomes a habit. Today's day 30, and it has not become a habit, I can promise you. Some days are harder than others, I will tell you that. Well, today was one of those days where I really did not want to do it. I did it though. I did it. But it is definitely not a habit. I do not wake up in the mornings and go, I got to get that walk in. Or don't even think about it and then go walk, or hike. I will say this though. It is easier than the first few days I started. I will say that. Some of those days I refused to do it and I had to really, really make myself do it. Now, I had a lot of y'all give me a great suggestion, and I have thought about it, and that is, why don't I fix the horses' food first, then go on my hike, and that way it'd be ready when I get back. And that is an awesome idea. It makes 100% sense. But generally, what I do is I clean out the waters while it's soaking. So it wouldn't save me that much time, honestly, because I got to clean the waters out anyways. But I don't know, maybe in the wintertime, maybe I don't have to clean the waters out quite as much, and that might be an option that I will do.
Well, it looks like this crew over here is anxiously awaiting the door to be open. Snow White included. She got a little sunlight casting on her. I shut it at night, so nothing will come in here and get these precious babies, but I want y'all to take a look at the chicks. Well, they said not right now. We'll open the door and then we'll take a peek at the chicks. How about that? I kind of take it all that growling you're doing means you're finished eating and you want to be let out. Is that right? All right, looks like you cleaned your plate exceptionally well. I'm coming around and I'm going to open the gate and you can make sure nobody left a morsel. That was pretty fast. Pretty fast, Loretta. And then she gets down there and she sees Honey standing at the entrance of where she thought she was going to go. She said, no, I might just better check the goat stall and make sure they didn't leave anything behind. Girl, if there is anything left, it's going to be one little kibble. Not hardly worth all that running. So here we go. I knew it wouldn't take but a minute for them to make their way outdoors once I opened it. But they aren't babies anymore. I mean, they are, but they aren't. This one was the last one to hatch. No. That one right there was the last one to hatch. That's the one that I thought was going to be a lavender color, and it's turning into almost a pure white, which is fine. This is one of the two gray ones. That one. The other gray one is over here. One of them's lighter than the other one. You can see it when they're standing side by side. And then that is the one that we think it's definitely got some Cochin mixed in with it. It's not, its feathers are not, something scared them, not silky all the way. They're more just regular feathers, even though Cochins do have feathered feet. Bootsy. I knew who it was without even turning around. I knew it was Bootsy. Bootsy is the key of trying to open the gate. Capri, you wanted to get a little camera time this morning? And who are you? Mr. Red? Yeah, Mr. Red. Now Bo Peep. The other female Nigerian is over there giving the gate a hard time. But back to the chicks. Yeah, they're growing up. They're all growing up, and There's just a me reminder that babies don't keep.
Mary Carl has a birding project she's doing today, so I'm going to take care of her pigeons this morning. Don't know if I've ever shown you guys the feed that the Victoria Crown pigeons get. This is an exotic bird feed, and this was recommended to us by Discovery Cove, the big aviary park in Orlando. They got Victorian Crown pigeons. This is what they told us to do. This is a soft bill bird feed, or exotic bird feed, I should say. And then we talked to someone at one of the zoos in Alabama, and I can't remember if it was Birmingham or was it Montgomery, but either way, they have Victoria Crown pigeons, and this is the exact same thing that they told us to feed as well. So I don't know if we ever shown you guys this weird looking feed. It looks like Captain Crunch. I think I've said that before right there, but very strange indeed. But a soft billed exotic bird feed is what that is. Now the other pigeons right here are doves. These are doves. Doves are pigeons. Pigeons are doves. But these guys here, I think these are laughing and ring-necked doves, maybe. Gosh, I can't remember. Fruit dove, something. Anyways, they get a 7 or 11 weight feed that we get from Kalmbach right here. That's what they eat right there. And they too will come grab them a bite of this food as well, right here. Show you guys the Victorian Crown pigeons real quick. Right here. There's the other one right there. They are not near as tame and friendly as the doves in here. So I'm gonna go and get out of here and let them eat. And this fence always messes it up where you can't see them. But they are eating, you can see it right there. That hardware cloth on there makes it hard to see them.
Speaking of babies, before I clean out their food and water this morning, I want to show y'all the Buckeye chicks that we've had for almost a full week now. They go absolutely crazy for these Kalmbach Henhouse Reserve love bug mealworms. Look at them all standing here waiting on me. They know exactly what's about to happen. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for your treats? I know you are. Look at here. Here we go. Here we go. Usually when I put my hand up here to give them to them, yesterday a couple of them came out. They were wanting them so bad that they just came on out into my hand. But they're definitely going to be friendly chicks. That's for sure. And getting their colors in. It looks like almost like they're going to be a barred pattern from now, but that's not the case. When they get fully grown out, it's going to be a dark, rich mahogany color with a little bit of a feather pattern. Beautiful, beautiful chicks. All 6 of them doing very well.
All right, now got the pigeons taken care of and the doves. Got the horses' waters cleaned out. Their food should be good and ready, and get those guys fed this morning. And then we will show you what is going on over here. Some exciting news that I can't wait to share to you guys. Come on, guys. Let's get you breakfast this morning. Let's get breakfast this morning. You ready for breakfast, partner? Yes, sir. All right, here we go. There you go, Big Daddy. All right, Racing Reska. Let's get you, girl. There you go, gorgeous. All right, Miss Maggie. Let's get you. Come on. Come on. Maggie May. Yeah. All right, Maggie. There you go. You have a wonderful day, partner. And we will be back, I promise you. Because, well, we got to move you guys today. So, y'all enjoy your breakfast, and me and Mama will be back later to get you guys relocated this morning.
Let's see how many eggs we have. We got 3 in this box. Got 3 down here in the corner in this box. And then at the other corner, same box, we got 3 more. I wonder what they think when they decide where to lay. And of course we got lots of feathers because chickens are molting right now. At least ours are. And not too many in this box. This makes number 10. Got number 11. 12 and 13. Well, at least we got a dozen.
All right. All right, let me show you what we got going on. Well, I'm sure by now, most of y'all have seen this one little spot here right beside the barn, right here where Reska, Willie are eating. Of course, Maggie's right there. But y'all have seen this. I've had some questions about this red spot right there. Yes, that is clay, pretty much. When Mr. Greg came and built the drive to the barn over here, I got him to build this pad for me because I wanted some more shelter for the horses. Now, Star may stay over there with Pocket. We don't know. That's kind of where we're leaning a good bit. But we'll see how all this unfolds in the future because, you know, you just never know what the future holds. But even with Maggie, this area here can get a little overcrowded with 3 full-size horses. They can get in there, and they will get in there and stay semi-calm. But what if they decided that they didn't want Maggie in there? And it's just a little overcrowded, and I do not want one of my horses getting hurt. So what we have decided to do now is build a 3-sided run-in shelter with a front porch almost identical to what we got with the Moo Mansion. This will give them 3 sides, and this will be a lot more room for the horses for shade if they choose to, and for winter if they choose to as well. Now, I do get a lot of feedback on winter. Why don't I put my horses in the barn at winter? Why don't we stall our horses in the wintertime? Because we have very mild winters here in Alabama. Now, we do have jackets, and y'all have seen us, if you follow us for any time, you've seen us put the jackets on the horses. I want to say last year, which was a pretty cold winter in my opinion, we may have put those jackets on 5 times. I'm guessing 5 times. From November to the 1st of March, maybe 5 times. I don't know. Even if it was 10 times. 10 times, but not very many times did we have to put the jackets on our horses. We have mild winters here. We do have temperatures that do dip. That's when we put the jackets on, but then they come right back up and you have to get out here pretty early to take the jackets off because it can do the opposite effect. You know, you don't want your horses getting too hot or dehydrated or start sweating in those jackets, and that can cause other issues. So that's why we don't have to here put our horses in some type of insulated, heated area for our winters. Now, I will say this, we do have another run-in shed down there that the horses never, ever, 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 ever get under. Never seen them under that shed. Never. Do not know why. They will not get under that, because that is a big, big shed. Moody used to get under there. Y'all remember Moody would get under there, but I don't know why the horses don't. I don't know. I don't know what it is about that spot. They do not like that shelter. Maybe they don't like the color blue. Y'all don't like blue, Willie? Brooke and our plans are to eventually get that shelter out, put it somewhere else on the farm. We can use it to store hay in. We can use it to store a piece of equipment in, something besides it just being kind of wasted away out here doing nothing quite actually. But that'll be later down the road when we figure out where we want to put that. But starting tomorrow, Brant and the builders are supposed to be here and get started on this new shelter for the horses. I do not think it's going to take him that long, honestly. This is not it's not an elaborate thing. We're not having concrete poured, anything like that. It's just going to be a run-in shed. We will cover up that red, kind of like we did over here under this lean-to we put over here. We got the horses going in. We ended up putting sand down in there so it would drain properly and not be a mud hole, and it's worked out beautifully. No issues whatsoever with the sand. Now, I did have some people when we put the sand over here that were worried about what they call sand colic, and that is when a horse ingests sand and it can cause them to colic. We actually don't feed our horses in that sandy area, and so therefore they're really not over there eating it or getting it in their mouth. We've never had an issue with sand colic here. And also that was recommended to us by some horse friends of ours as well. So this is what we got to get done today, since this is here and Brant and them are coming to get started on this. For our horses' safety, we're going to move these guys over to the pasture over there across the way. And that way they will not be in the way. And again, this should not take that long. I was going to come show you guys, or give you an update on Prissy and her husband and what's going on there. You can see they're over here eating grass this morning. They are pretty much in the crew now, as you can see, which they're still independent, and that's all of them. I mean, you can see over here, they are separated on out. They do have their independence. They got their partners or their mates and, you know, that kind of thing. But you can see they are officially part of the alarm system right there. How about that? Went way smoother and was way quicker than I anticipated. And even the sheriff, who decided he wanted to come back on this side. The sheriff needs some me time every now and then. He said them boys sometime, you know, drive him crazy, and he will let us know he wants to come back on this side, which is pretty awesome. You know, you can only babysit so much, right? You need a break. You need a break. You probably need a break from everybody over there. I say the emus, they are getting along fabulously. They really are. There's no static with these guys whatsoever. But Nugget does tell us he wants to come back over here. He'll pace that little gate right there, and we recognize that, and we let him back over here. I honestly think Nugget is a very, very, very independent emu. I know we said it before in the past. Emus are nomadic. They do not mate for life. Matter of fact, the female, she'll have as many mates as she can in the wild, as many mates as she can, because she wants to lay eggs. In the emu world, remember, the male makes the nest, sits on the nest, and raises the young. The female, once she lays that clutch of eggs and the male starts sitting on them, she's gone. In the wild, she is gone, and she's gone off to find her another fella. And that cycle will continue. So they are very nomadic. But he does let us know too when he's ready to go back over there. He'll pace that gate over there and we'll let him back over there. So, you know, whatever he wants to do, that's fine with us. Right, partner? All right, buddy, let me go check on Mama. See where she's at with things she needs to get done this morning. And horses should be finished eating by now. And we'll need to go get that horse pasture, or new new horse pasture. We need to go get it ready for those guys as well. We got to get some waterers over there. We got to get probably gonna put some hay over there because we hadn't had rain, and I think this is pretty much week 4, quite honestly. It's getting there, and the pastures, well, the grass, I should say, is not as lush as it was a month or so ago. You gonna go to sleep right there, partner? You gonna go to sleep right there? His eyes are closed. See him? That's his eyelid, by the way. It looks kind of wicked. Yeah, he looks kind of like a scary movie there for a minute, didn't you, buddy? Oh, you was a zombie emu. Zombie emus of the night. That sounds like a good scary movie, doesn't it? All right, let's go get these horses taken care of, partner. And that should go smoothly. Good morning, boss lady. How you doing this morning, baby? Yeah. All right, we're gonna move the horses over here today. Not on your side though, on across the way. What? We don't need you guys' help. No. We don't need y'all's help at all. Unless y'all want to hand me that hay feeder over there, that could be some help. Right there. Yeah. I think we can just set that over the fence. I really do. If anybody's gonna help, it'll be Loretta.
She doesn't even know about it.
She don't even know we're back here, does she? All right.
Thanks, girl.
Hello, honey. Hello,
Where's Jessie?
honey.
Oh, here she comes. Jessie coming slowly but surely. Oh, goodness. I wish I knew what they were saying.
What are y'all saying? Huh? What in the world were y'all saying?
And Jessie started it.
Jessie started it. Yeah, I think Jessie was jealous that Honey had already made her way up here.
I think you're right.
And then Honey told her just to back off now. Yeah, just because I made it up here first don't mean you gotta get all sassy about it, right?
Dust made me sneeze. Put one right here.
Oh, we can. Just so we can get in there easy with hay if you need to.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd come around through here probably.
Okay. Put both of them over here, leave that one over there.
I think separate them a little bit.
We'll do that then. We put it right there. I didn't have it in the camera frame, but that's where we decided we're gonna put it right there. And I think go ahead and get some hay, don't you?
Yeah.
We originally thought about moving the hay cradle over here and putting a round bale in here, but we really don't think they're gonna be in there that long.
Plus, we've already got a couple of square bales and we know we can easily assess that.
Yeah.
Hey, Star.
Somebody's made theirself at home, hadn't they?
Yeah, she's settled in nicely.
Is that Pocket right beside her?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Star's baby Pocket.
Hello, Biscuit. How you doing this morning, baby? And Sylvester, how you doing, buddy?
Leading the way.
It's leading the way. Now Holly's leading the way.
I know why you wanted to move it now.
Yeah.
Easily accessible would be over the fence.
It would be. You want to move it?
We'll see how this does.
Okay. But you can come in here. We'll see.
And there is grass in here. It's just
Oh, yeah,
getting
yeah.
late.
And they may not even touch this hay.
They may not.
All right, so let's get some halters here. Some lead ropes here. Lead rope, halter right there. Lead rope right here. All right. Let's go move some horses.
Here you go, aren't you, girl?
You got Riska caught, don't you?
Oh, she just
Walk right up to
ready
you.
to have her halter put on.
All right.
So
So,
where we're going today is a good thing.
gives everybody some sugar there. Come here, Willie. Yeah, come here, partner. Come here. Come here. Let me get you stitched up here.
You want to ride them bareback over there?
You want me to? I don't know what we're going to do with that third one.
She'll follow us.
Get you in here and show you, buddy. Come on. Come on, Maggie. Come on, girl. Come on. Now we got everybody done right here. Yeah, everybody. So I think Willie and Riska need to go together and Maggie separate. Which one do you want to do? You sure? Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go, y'all. Come on.
You do the turn.
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Yeah, I know, I happy. All right, got it right here. Sorry about the camera work, y'all, but
Our crew is off today.
our film crew. Our film crew's off today. So far, everybody's acting good. We're acting well. All right, whoa, good girl. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Holly, where to go get the other gate open? That would be great. Yeah. Well, y'all, I couldn't film one-handed and let the horses go safely, so I had to stop recording, but they're out over here fine. Right here. Everybody's doing great. They're saying hello to the goats. They all know each other. Y'all know they've been over here several times. They know the goats. They know the pigs. Right, Willie? Right, buddy? Maggie loves hay. You want another treat? Here you go. There you go. Get you a treat. Here you go, Maggie. You gotta chew your hay up first, though, baby. Yeah, Willie and Riska's had a treat. You ain't had one yet. There you go. There you go. Riska saying hello to everybody. She is. Well, guys, it won't be. Okay, well, you can have the last one. Don't tell anybody. That's usually our secret, okay? That's gonna be our secret. But y'all won't be over here, hopefully, for a long period of time, right? Yeah. I don't have any more treats, buddy. No. I don't. I know you love those Kalmbach treats, but you done had a couple there, and that's your limit, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Good deal.
Y'all be able to see Star over here.
See, but they will be able to see Star. Star's inside. They'll be able to see Star. That's right.
Willie, you're a pretty boy.
I know it.
Look at these girls, too.
I got some pretty girls, don't I? Yeah, you got some pretty girls.
Good boy. Yeah, you think I got a treat, don't you?
Daddy does. He keeps them in that pocket right there. That pocket right there, Mama, look. Just this one right here. That's where he keeps them, in that pocket.
How you know that? Pickpocket Willie.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Jessie.
Jessie and Honey. Honey had her whole head through the gate.
Oh, gosh.
Maggie, you didn't waste any time, did you?
No.
Get settled right in?
We know what this place is all about. We done been here several times. Yeah. We done been here several times.
It's our spare bedroom.
Yeah. That's right. Our spare bedroom. Oh, goodness. Riska might be the prettiest.
Oh,
It's hard though, ain't it?
I'm not going to begin to say which one's prettiest because they're all pretty in different ways.
You know, it's the old saying, there's no such thing as an ugly horse, and that's near about the truth, you know it?
It is.
They're all just beautiful.
Sometimes see horses advertised as, it ain't pretty, but she'll get the job done.
Yeah.
And I think, well, it's pretty to me.
Pretty.
Really pollen. He gonna lay down and roll?
He might. He definitely might.
That's what he's gonna do.
Yep, there he goes.
Oh my goodness.
He got worked up.
He did. Roll it off, buddy. How about it, Max?
Let's see if he does the shake. That's what we want to make sure. Will he do the shimmy shake?
See, I'm not finished yet.
I gotta do the other side. Yeah, that's another telltale sign that he's just dust bathing. He's gonna do both sides. Now let's see if he does the shimmy shake. There it is. That's it. That's one of the telltale signs that he's not colicking or any pain. He just shakes it off. So this will be just between us. We won't let these guys know what you say, but which horse, including Star and Pocket, which horse do you think is the prettiest or the most handsome? And you can say D, all the above, if you want to. What'd you say that'd be? E?
That'll be E, not D.
E, all the above.
E, all of the above.
Well, y'all, so happy to get that little project taken care of in anticipation for Brant and the builders to be here tomorrow morning. So now, one other thing I want to try to do is, I told you I want to try to fix the transmission leak that's happening on Esso, my 71 F100 right here. I got a goal in mind, and that's what I want to try to get to. My goal is get the transmission pan off, and there should be a valve body right there, and that's, in layman's terms, all the working valves in there that, you know, tell which pressure and which gear and all that is inside that little body. I want to take that body out, the valve body, and that should give me clearance room to take the bolts off to get the selector shaft out. And that's what seal's leaking, the selector shaft seal's leaking, and get that out. My goal is to get the valve body out. If I can get that out today, that would be wonderful. Fingers crossed. I'm going to put me some nasty clothes on. I was going to put my coveralls on, my mechanic coveralls. It's too hot. And see if I can get that valve body out. Wish me luck. Well, number one, I did get the valve body out. That was my goal. That was my plan. I got the valve body out right here. That's this piece right here. Then underneath it, that is the pan right there. Now, the hardest part to this whole thing. Number one, the bolts in the pan were really loose. To me, there was hardly any torque on that. And the bolts on the valve body seemed a little loose to me. I'm going to read the torque specs, and I want to torque this to what it needs to be. And maybe they did have it torqued. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it all covered up. My buddy George taught me that helped me with termite. And let's keep it all covered. I got it in this tote here, cardboard, and I got a top for the tote. We're going to put that back on there. But anyways, there's the valve body. The hardest part should have been the easiest thing, and that was this transmission pan right here. This should have been the easiest thing to get off. But whoever installed this not only used a gasket, and a rubber gasket, not a cardboard gasket, a rubber or paper gasket. They used a rubber gasket, and they had so much silicone on this thing, y'all, that I could not for the life of me get this thing to pop off. And what made it worse is, if you look under here, right here, what made it so bad is, I got a cross member here, and there's the transmission right there. So the front of it's, this cross member covers it up. We got 2 cross members here, and we got dual exhaust comes down. And I could not, a regular flathead screwdriver, you could get in there, but it would not pop off. I needed to get something with a longer handle on there, and I had had a pry bar, different size pry bars, and it was just, you couldn't come from this way because of the frame. You couldn't come from this way because of the cross member and the exhaust and this cross member. And I finally got up in here and twisted and held my mouth crooked and contorted, and it was a booger bear, but I finally got that thing to pop off. But you do not have to put glue on a gasket, okay? You don't have to. I know you may think you need to, but you don't have to. You don't have to use silicone or gasket glue if you got a gasket. That's what the gasket's for. And I don't know. Anyways, I did get it off. I'm gonna call it quits for today. Mainly for 2 reasons. 1, my goal was met. I wanted to get the valve body out. We got that out. Number 2, I did not think about, when I was ordering parts, I did not think about replacing the transmission filter. That's what this is here. That is a filter right there. It's got some filter material right there. And I thought, wow, we got all this out. It's probably would be best to go ahead and change out that filter. So I had to order one of those. I got it coming from O'Reilly's, and it should be here tomorrow. Then we can get back on it, put a new filter on there. See, my next goal will be to see if I can get that seal out. Remove the rods, take all that out, get that seal out, and then we'll stop there. That is goal number 2, and replace this filter. But so far, it's been fairly easy, except getting that pan off. And I still think right now, I think I can do it. And we can get SO back on the road. Well, if the weather holds up, nothing crazy happens, Brant doesn't call me and say, hey, I can't make it today, we should have feet on the ground here tomorrow morning, getting started on the new horse shelter here. Hope you come back and to follow the progress on the horse shelter over here. Hope you had the best day ever. Catch you on the next one. Love you. Y'all be good. Honey, Jesse, they said be good too.